Get this, adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Wondery. Greenlight.com/Wondery. Looking for your best sleep ever? Sleep Number smart beds are literally made for you. They adapt to your changing needs. So whether you're dealing with sore muscles or running hot at night, your bed automatically adjusts for optimal comfort. Want softer, firmer, cooler, warmer? With personalized firmness settings and temperature control that cools up to 20 times faster than leading competitors, you'll get the perfect sleep environment every night. Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? So you can choose your ideal comfort on either side. And now it's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event, up to 50% off, limited time, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. See store or sleepnumber.com for details.
This is Ricey. You've been hearing my friend Josh Arnold, Mr. Money Talk, for years on the radio and Garage Logic podcast. With the new year approaching, I strongly recommend you sit down with Josh for your no-cost, no-obligation, 48-minute consultation on your investments, including your IRA and 401k. You can benefit from Josh's years of experience navigating different market and economic conditions, and he'll always give you straight talk and not sugar-coated advice. Give Josh a call now at 952-925-5608 to book your no-cost, no-obligation 48-minute consultation. That's 952-925-5608. You'll be glad that you did, and tell him Ricey sent you. Don't forget to ask, why is it 48 minutes, Josh?
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Patrick Ricey is a paid endorser.
We'll start.
Trying to hear this song. You know, I love Scheffler.
Yes.
But I was hoping on about the 13th tee box, his wife would have called him and said, okay.
Yeah, to see if he's
go
time. Yeah.
Would they have sent a card out for
I
him?
can guarantee you the wife isn't calling him.
Right.
She could be in the hospital with the little fella trying to get out, and she wouldn't call him.
Right.
Yeah,
that's another $2 million payday.
Yeah.
What does happen in that situation if he on the 10th hole?
Well, he wouldn't be the leader anymore.
He said I'd be, if you leave, you leave.
No, but I mean, do you get any prize?
No, he'd forfeit the tournament.
Okay.
He doesn't need it, but he's...
Pat, he might win 10 green jackets.
He's an interesting, great player because, Tiger was the whole deal. He could putt. He was one of the best putters out there. Mm-hmm. This guy, he could miss more 4-footers, but every once in a while when things just went bad, he'll make that 10, 11-footer and make his birdie again.
Yep.
And the thing about him is he's always got a 10 or 12 or 13-footer to win.
And if he makes a mistake, he usually gets it back on the next hole.
Well, that last Saturday, was it Saturday or Friday? Was it Saturday? He goes double bogey.
Right.
3, and within 3 holes, he's back. He's got those 3 strokes back.
Right.
That tournament, though, was won on the 9th hole yesterday, and I've been down there in that gully when then you're hitting, you hit your tee-ball down there in the woods.
Yeah.
And then you hit it back up, and that's one of the hardest shots I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to hit it past the hole, and then sucker back. And Morikawa hits it down there in the woods and ends up hitting that steep bunker. Mm-hmm. That bunker's like over your head.
He damn near jarred his second shot.
Yeah, and he almost rolled it back in there. So you're tied on the tee box, and then you're 3 strokes behind when you're walking to the 10th tee. That's got to make you feel bad.
It's always fun to watch, though.
I never had any idea who this Aberg was.
No.
Look out.
Yeah.
He can play.
Yeah.
Oof. And he's pretty unflappable. He hits it. No. Where was his caddy when he's going to try to hit that perfect shot into 11. You got to just bail out.
The microphone had that whole conversation.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I'm going to hit a 5-iron. And the guy said, well, I like that. And they picked a target to the right.
Yeah, you got to be more to the. But they were trying to hit it on the middle of the green.
Right.
You don't try to hit it on the middle of the green there.
Just bail out.
Because the thing about it is, if you hit the left side of the green, it's probably going to go in the water.
Right.
I mean, he hit a dunker almost. But, yeah, that's he'll never hit that shot again.
Nope.
He'll be back at Augusta 15 times, and he'll never hit that shot again.
Well, doesn't his placement yesterday earn him the return trip?
Oh, forever, yeah. Second.
Not forever, but
top 15, I think, come back.
he gets to come back next year for sure.
Oh, God. Well, he already won. He'll be.
Who's going to beat Homa for that? He could win 5 or 6 more of these.
I mean, Scheffler.
Scheffler, I mean.
Yeah, Homa's.
Homa, I say, will win a major.
But he can't go 2 days without making a putt. He's
Yeah.
got 15 birdie putts and he doesn't make one.
But he's going to win a major before. I predict Homa will win a major before Fleetwood.
Okay, but now I got to tell you my problem with Augusta.
There is a problem?
There is a problem.
All right.
They are so crazed about keeping the scores low to par, right? In other words, that they take the most undulating greens in golf, more hills and humps and bumps and valleys, and they make them ungodly fast. And then the ball, so they don't make any putts anymore. Nobody makes, remember when, you watch it 25 years ago, somebody'd get up there and roll in a 40-footer. Now, if anybody makes a putt, it's an accident. It just kind of drops in on its way down the hill or something. It's because they got that valleys in the. You can hit a ball that goes that is pretty much at rest 6 inches past the hole, and it could end up 25 feet away. Because if it gets rolling just a little bit, it'll go down one of these valleys. So.
How far back would you have to go to remember how many times guys were laying up on 13 and 15?
Well, yeah, that's
13. They must have extended.
Oh, well, didn't you?
They put it back in the forest, didn't they?
Here's what they did. Augusta, I looked this up to figure out how they got the space because it was right up to the fence line before, right?
Yep.
Augusta Country Club is next door, as
right.
you know. Looks beautiful.
Right.
They had, I believe, the 15th fairway right behind the fence. It was right behind the fence. And another hole over there behind the fence. Augusta National wanted to buy a room back there on the other side of the fence. $28 million they gave Augusta Country Club to buy
For a tee box?
to buy 15th. They bought
the whole
15th
fairway?
They bought the fairway and a little bit of the 16th too.
Oh.
But then Augusta Country Club had to go find a place on its ground to rechange the routing and put two. They had to redo 2 holes.
Wow.
But 28. They started off as having a friendly conversation in Augusta. Augusta Country Club. I was reading the story. We've always been great partners and next to each other. And pretty soon I see, but we charged them $28 million to give them the tee box.
Every member of Augusta Country Club should not have to pay dues for about 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They should. It should be. Maybe they aren't. Who knows? If you were a member when you got the money, yeah. Right. So, how much business do you think that place does during the Masters, though, with the rich guys coming into town and
quite a bit?
I don't know. Yeah.
Is the NBA season over?
Regular season, yes.
The playoffs.
No, I know that. I meant the regular season.
We got 2 months coming, Joe.
But now you got to play Phoenix, which was your nemesis.
Well, here, I got to tell you something about Phoenix. I looked up the odds when the season started. The Phoenix brought in Bradley Beal, who was the best player Washington's had for 7 or 8 years, to go with Devin Booker, who's one of the 5 best players in the league, and Kevin Durant, when he's healthy, and he's older now, he's 35 or so, but there have been moments when he was the best player in the league. So you got these 3 superstars, but during the season, they didn't play with one or the other was hurt damn near the whole season. Beal must have missed half the season. So it's only been the last 7, 8, 10 games that they've had all three of them on the court together. But when the year started, they were the third betting choice to win the NBA title. They were plus 600, which means they were 6-1. Denver was 450, so they
and
were
Boston, I think,
4.5
was high
to
up.
1. Boston, they were both. But they were 6-1. The Timberwolves at the start of the season were plus 6,600, the 16th pick, and they were 66-1. So they got a lot better team with those three guys all playing. It's not going to be because you choked. It's not going to be because the players are concerned about ownership. It's not going to be any of those things. It's going to be they are better than you.
Have we already set up the loss in that regard? The ownership angle?
Oh, I'm sure that's going to be used.
Sure.
That'll be used. But,
How come the NBA's never in a hurry to do this stuff? You're waiting until
how about
Saturday.
Yeah, well, because they got the playing games.
Joe, it's playing week.
We got and by the way, strong rumors that your favorite sport is going to go playing.
No.
Hockey. So you're going to have guys fight to get to the play. They'd have to change the whole system, though, because you can't take the top three in each division like they take now and then say everybody else, all the wild cards, have to play a play-in game because some of the wild cards have 20 more points than some of the teams that are finishing third in the conference.
When is their season over, regular season?
They got another week, don't they?
I don't know.
I think
They're
our guys
home Thursday.
I think our guys got 2 more games.
They're home Thursday to somebody.
You know what else?
They're home to Seattle on Thursday. They're at the King tonight.
You know why you're not going to be watching much of the Timberwolves and the Suns? Because they're going to be kicking off about 9:15 if we're lucky. Mm-hmm. Remember when there's some games in the West that if they're being played here, that might start at 9:15.
Even if they're playing here?
If they're playing here, because it's a Western Conference, so they do the doubleheaders, and they don't want to play the one in the East real early in the day. They start at, 6:30 maybe?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, they'll lose
and
me.
You know what happens? The games are all 10 minutes longer than they used to be. You know why?
Well,
We got to go see who tipped the ball out of bounds.
That's right.
We got to go see if there's 4.4 seconds to go instead of 4.5 seconds to
you
go.
want to get rid of the tenths.
I want to get rid of the tenths. Get them off the clock. Get the tenths off the clock. I should be commissioner.
You know who is locked up the number 2 seed in the East? Your guy, Tibbs, and the New York
And
Knicks.
what a dummy. Can I say this?
Oh, what
I
happened?
love Tibbs. But by getting the 2 seed, he plays the winner of Philadelphia and Miami, and which means Philadelphia with Embiid. That's like Phoenix now.
Sure.
Because they got Beal. And only they got maybe the best player in the league. Philadelphia is only in the play-in tournament because they didn't have Embiid for 40 games.
Sure.
So this way, if he would have tanked yesterday and he had tremendous chances, they were in overtime and everything, he gets to play Indiana.
Oh,
So
I didn't even realize
the
that.
3 seed, but the Bucks are laughing at him because the Bucks get to play Indiana, and he has to play Philadelphia with
Oh, I didn't
Embiid
even
in
think
all
of that.
likelihood, or Miami with Jimmy Butler. But I think Philadelphia beat him. So that was not smart, Tibbs. Tibbs is out there. I watched the end, but Tibbs is out working the sidelines, going crazy,
Playing every star.
Tibbs. Oh God! In overtime.
No.
DiVincenzo had already played 52 minutes. So
Get out up there.
he played
Will you be going on the road with these boys?
no. I in fact, the way with the starting times and the budgets, I doubt if we'll
You
send
won't
it.
get a game in the paper.
No, never get it. I would guess they'd send a columnist in the second round, but not the first. And I don't think there'll be a second round. I'm surprised that the Timberwolves are 1.5 point favorites, at least open to 1.5 point favorites for Saturday's game. So I thought the odds would be, I thought the series might be 130 to win 100 on, pay 130 to win 100 on the Timberwolves or something. But,
And your Fighting Twins are in Baltimore.
ooh, that ain't good. Did you see that? Now they win the doubleheader. You lose the two guys.
I didn't see any of that.
You lose Correa.
He might be gone till next year.
I don't know. There had to be something going on there because it wasn't a check swing that went 3 inches that pulled his muscle there. He said he'd been coughing and wheezing for a week or something. Anyway, you don't have him and Royce Lewis, and now you get beat and you lose him, and looks terrible, and you win a doubleheader, right? Mm-hmm. And then yesterday, Ober goes out there and pitches 6 great innings, and they're ahead 3-0, and then the bullpen blows it. But also, Kyle Farmer playing third, where Royce Lewis should be playing. Hack the play. Yep. Mm-hmm. And
Castro at short.
Castro, you can't play Willie Castro every day at shortstop.
You can't.
And Castro doesn't make a play. So the B squad infield cost you that game because they didn't make.
Why isn't
plays.
he playing Martin at shortstop? Is he not viewed as a good shortstop, or what's
there got to be a reason. I mean, Martin played a lot of shortstop at the St. Paul.
Because I like the kid. He can hit a little bit.
How long is Lewis out?
Oh, God. He's longer. Cray will be back before him. He's 2 months.
Oof.
You're kidding me.
He got a good pull. He got a good yank. I think Cray is not as serious, I don't think. But I don't know. They're the big shocker, though, was this Simeon Woods Richardson just cruised.
Dazzling him.
And I saw him, and he look at his numbers. And the last game he pitched in St. Paul, he gave up 7 runs in 3 innings.
Oh, boy.
But that gave him some hope anyway. If you got to move Louis Varland to the bullpen, you got a pitcher you can run out there and see if you can get him out.
I told this to Joe late last week. I think they might be an under 500 club, Pat. I really do.
Yeah, I don't. Well,
I think it's too early to say that.
Yeah, but they
can't hit.
No, they haven't yet.
Problem. Here's another problem. We figured that Buxton couldn't hit last year because he was a DH. And maybe because he can't hit. He's 3 for 27 with 14 strikeouts going into yesterday's when he came in.
And the kid from Forest Lake needs to go back to AAA.
Well, he's a strikeout machine, man.
Wallner?
He had a home run yesterday off a 61 mile an hour 2 days ago, off a 61 mile an hour fastball from a infielder.
Right, from a position player.
The same position player who lost the game for him by letting the ball go through his legs for 3 runs. So.
Right.
You had a good day, pal, McKinstry. But I don't know. I'm not into it. You got to get the Masters over before I really.
Plus, it's playing week fever, so you're going to have the playing week fever.
Well, who's playing in? Who is this?
You got the Lakers and
they're playing the Pelicans.
The Lakers are playing the Pelicans. That's 7-8. I got to tell you how this works. It's a math thing.
Uh-huh.
You got 7, 8, 9, 10, Joe.
Uh-huh.
Now, it would make sense to have 7 play 10 and 8 play 9, but they wanted to stretch it out a little bit. So
we got a milk playing week, Joe.
You got 7 plays 8 and 9 plays 10. The winner of 7 and 8 advances. The loser of 7-8 then plays the winner of 9 and 10 to get the second spot. So that's what we had to do. The Wolves had to do last year. They lost the 7-8 game and then won the 9-10.
And remember when we won the play-in game and our guy, who was the guy that jumped on the table? The controversial kid that played for the Clippers.
Oh, no.
Why can't I think of his name? Anyway, but Barkley and Shaq were...
Patrick Beverly.
Beverly, thank you, was on the table celebrating, and Barkley and Shaq said, "We are the champions." They're mocking the Wolves for celebrating the play-in victory.
Yes. And now Beverly's with who?
I don't even know who he's with.
He went somewhere. He was with the Lakers, and then I think they moved him again.
Okay.
Philadelphia, maybe.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
What a pain in the ass he is. God, I hated him. But he keeps showing up. He's giving team the fire. He's a leader, blah, blah, blah. He's also a guy that if he's down in the corner and they throw him a ball, you let him shoot it. You hope he shoots it.
Yes.
So. But it's a dragged out thing. It'll be, the NBA and the NHL, Joe, now finish almost the same time. Middle of like June 20th or so.
Yeah, I've never liked that.
And here's the other deal. I don't know if the NHL does that, but the NBA has the preset schedule, right? Don't they? So if somebody gets maybe, or is it the NHL? If somebody, let's say the Western Conference quarterfinals, if the two teams are going to play each other, get done in 5 games, they got to sit around and wait like it's a 7-game series.
Right.
Can we go back to the Masters for a minute?
Yes.
Don't we have to get over the idea that Tiger could ever win another?
Oh, God, yes.
The poor guy's wrapped up like a mummy. He's got ice packs on his
Got
shirt.
sad eyes.
Yep.
Sad, puffy eyes.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like he does very good. I look at his eyes, though. He does very good out on the course, talking to people afterwards, but he goes home and cries himself to sleep.
You think so?
I think, yes. Because he says, I was so good, and now I'm...
Well,
look at these guys.
If he's not going to win at that course, what course could he win?
Oh, he can't win in any place.
He just can't.
Well, because I think the real killer for him was Friday. He has to come back and dawn and play 5 more holes to finish. So he plays with his bad legs, walking the worst course there is to walk as far as hills are concerned. You got to play 23 holes, and he was only 1 over, right?
He had a great first and second round.
But the thing about him is when the wheels come off, it's like they did Saturday. There's nothing he can do to bring it back.
Oh, the poor guy's.
Well, he's 45. Yeah.
He's 48.
48. That's right. 48, yeah. That makes me feel. I was there when he won it the first time in '97, and he shoots. You know, Tiger's. Now he'd been there once as an amateur, right? Yeah. 2 years earlier and didn't make the cut. So he's Tiger, the phenomenon. Shoots 40 on the front, right? And we're kind of, he's, how's that phenomenon? Shoots 30 on the back and ends up winning by 12. All-time record. It was the damnedest thing I ever saw. And the first day, those rednecks down there, this young Campbellanesian, as he calls himself, that's there, and they're having a little trouble with the idea that this is the future of golf. This fellow, this black fellow, the applause is like this.
Sure.
When he does something great, and then by Sunday they were going crazy because he was playing so great.
Do they sell beer at that course?
Yes, they do, and it's very cheap. It's like
how come there's
cup of beer for like $4?
Well, how come there's no behavior problems?
Well,
probably because it's not a young crowd.
It's not a young crowd, and
it's not a cheap ticket. Yeah,
and it's. And I think if you're down there yelling "you the man" every 2 minutes, they'll throw your ass out.
I suppose.
Yeah, they got a lot of security. You're not supposed to run either.
No running.
No running.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, no running.
No running. It's not like Phoenix.
No.
Where they had to cut off alcohol sales because it got out of hand.
But the behavior is amazing that they pull that off every year.
I spoke to a young man who was shuttling patrons at the Waste Management Open.
Okay.
And I said, how bad was it? He said, you have no idea how drunk these people were.
Wow.
They were falling into sand traps.
And it used to be novel 10 years ago. Now they build a big, huge grandstand. You got to pay hundreds of dollars. Used to be just everybody standing around there screaming, and college students getting. When did the Giants beat the unbeaten Patriots?
That was 2007 season, I believe.
For some unknown reason, I ended up covering that Super Bowl for the Star Tribune because I usually got Detroit,
sure,
and stuff like that. But I got the Phoenix one, and covered that Super Bowl. And that was we stayed at. Katie went with me, and we stayed at this Marriott out down the road from there.
Sure,
and we could hear them during the Saturday afternoon. You could hear them screaming down there, and it was amazing the number of people. But there was no big bleachers or anything. It was just the people that showed up, unlimited. And this is. Although Joe, doesn't it get a little nauseating when you hear all the we got to do the romance every year.
Yeah, I don't like the
I mean,
romance.
and Vern Lundquist seems like a nice guy, but my God, Vern, I bet you're glad to be out of it. You got to sit there to say thank you to everybody who's telling you he's a genius commentator, because when Tiger hit that great shot, he says, "What? Maybe?
Have you ever in your life seen anything like this?"
Yeah, maybe, and then yes, or something. You know what?
I think I don't know if you both saw it, but I wish that Vern would have taken the advice of Super 70 Sports on how he should have signed off.
What Super 70?
I cannot
funny as hell.
I
Was
cannot
it
repeat.
profane?
Oh,
Go
absolutely.
bleep yourself.
It was very funny.
Yeah,
but look that
Super
one up.
70 Sports. You'd like to retweet them more often, but they got it. They
gets
throw
a little
in,
vicious.
They throw in too many f-bombs,
And he has people begging him not to do that, and he doesn't care.
And then he'll retweet that person, say, "Go F yourself."
Yeah.
Do you have to swear so much or something like that?
I want my kids to read it. And he goes, "That's too bleeping bad."
Yeah, it is amazing, but the fawning over Vern was a little over the top. That's no doubt about it. No doubt.
The fawning in general is over the
Oh
top.
God, yes, yeah. And you know who really works hard to fawn?
They all do.
Yeah, I mean, but Nance is.
Oh, he's a terrible fawner.
He's got a fawn because he does. You can tell he's sick of doing it, but he has to throw it out there to keep him happy. You know.
How about the fawning over the Valley Group?
Hey. Throw me.
Here we go.
Throw me that copy. Would you
Oh,
please?
I would. Well, is that here?
I think I don't know. I don't know if that's it. You were supposed to have it.
I think I was. I can help you with these are my laminated copy points, Patrick. I don't think that's yours.
That's one of those is fine. Yeah.
This is a Garage Logic. That's a Garage Logic to-do list. I don't think that's
no
your
good.
favorite.
All right.
Hey, the Valley Group of GM dealers. We're both customers first and
Yes,
foremost.
we are both customers. And what Jim Paul and Brett Paul want us to emphasize is they got it all now. They got all the vehicles back. There's no more post-pandemic shortage. Everybody, we got all the chips we need. We got all the cars we need. So you got the best of the Buick and GMC products. You got the big heavy-duty trucks, the Sierras. You got Yukons. You even have the car that Such is looking at, the Hummer EV. You
That's
got
right.
that thing. The Hummer EV.
Oh, yeah.
The electric Hummer. Now, that would be a purchase, I would
ain't
think.
getting a government car.
Okay. Anyway, that's all right. Jim Paul and Brett Paul will forgive you for not buying one of those Hummers. But interest rates, 0.9, 1.9. You've been seeing the Buick ads on TV. You saw them all week during the Masters. And the interest rates are extremely low. And the stock is great. And they also got lots of used cars out there. Jim Paul, Brett Paul's Valley Group of GM dealers. Apple Valley, they take care of me and Reavers and Hastings. Check them out. Buy yourself a vehicle here. Now that you got your taxes paid today.
Now it's vehicle time.
You know, all that money, that rebate you're getting from the taxes, go out to Jim Paul and Brett Paul's Valley Group of GM dealers and buy yourself a vehicle.
Here we go.
Oh, you're not an egg salad
Oh, I
guy?
can't do that.
We're back from the pause.
I'm not eating egg
The
salad.
bride made a big. I went and bought groceries the other day and got a dozen eggs, and we had a dozen eggs in the freezers, in the refrigerator, right? So she boiled them up and made a big tub of egg salad
Oh,
that you can
gross.
You can put it on cooked.
you like
can
egg
put
salad.
it on
I don't like egg
crackers, You can
salad.
put it on. You can put it on toast. You can put it on non-toast. I'm a big egg
That's
salad
what you can
guy.
buy at the Masters, an egg salad sandwich.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy one of them.
I'm not eating that.
First of all, here's the deal.
I'm not eating
At the
pimento
Masters,
either.
they bring them sandwiches down about 6 in the morning, right? And then little green paper.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me how, they got some guys that are walking around with the pogo stick going.
Yep, there you
know, they got to keep the green paper from blowing all around for the sandwiches. But they bring down these pimento sandwiches with the others. And then they're like $2 or something. It's cheap.
What is it? Just some pimentos?
No, pimento in cheese. It's a
I don't
southern
do that.
thing.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. A pimento's got kind of a red liquid to it, right?
Absolutely.
And you see these pimento cheese sandwiches on a hot day like yesterday. There. About 1 in the afternoon, you see some guy buy himself a pimento sandwich. It's red. The bread is red. I don't want red bread on my pimento sandwich.
Can't you get a hot dog?
Yeah, you can. It's all cheap, but they get. Oh, you should taste these pimento. These hillbillies down there are unbelievable. They love their pimento cheese. Did you see who? Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
So Southern, they tried to do the pimento cheese chicken sandwich. And you saw ads for those.
Yeah, but at
for
least there'd be chicken
2-3 weeks. But I don't think that one worked. So they don't. Because I go there once in a while. You know, I don't agree with their politics, the owners of Chick-fil-A, but that's not going to stop me from getting a Chick-fil-A.
Disturbs you that the guy's religious.
Yes. If you are, that's your problem, not mine. Don't tell me about it.
Well, he's not making it your
Don't tell
problem.
me. No, he's campaigning, all that stuff. But that doesn't stop me from going to Chick-fil-A.
No.
I'm not giving up a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
This is America, right?
You know what Trump said, because they closed Sunday, that's the Lord's chicken.
Yeah. Okay. They close Sunday. That is my goal and my hope in life is that a very rich agnostic buys Chick-fil-A, so they'll be open on Sunday.
The religious guy take the recipe.
Yeah, but here's the other deal. With Chick-fil-A, they were selling them at the Tampa Bay baseball park on Sundays.
Really?
Now, I think they were getting themselves a big raft of them, and then they were selling them at the stand on Sundays.
Huh.
And they weren't making them. They must have been I had it, and then all of a sudden, no, they shut them down. So, if they're one of your products and you can't sell them on Sundays, wow, it's at a ballpark. That's not good. So.
I just have never seen a burger stand or a hot dog stand at the Masters. I couldn't be out there all day.
No, the concession stands are all, that's where you get a hot dog, that's where you get a pimento cheese, that's where you get a chicken salad, that's where you get a cheap beer. I don't even think maybe they got special beer stands, but the beer comes in a cup.
Green.
Yeah, and it's about $4.
That's nothing.
But it's urine warm half the time. It looks like it to me, anyway. And you know what else you got down there? Kind of like the state fair. When you're working in those stands, you got bugs. You got stuff flying.
That's right. You don't like to eat outside for that very reason. I remember we added that to the list.
Yes.
I don't like eating outside.
Oh, I love eating outside.
With flies, though.
There's no flies. You just
not now, but in the summer.
But you can. There's no
flies.
Oh, there's no flies.
Yes, there's flies.
Spray the area down.
In fact, I think it was.
John talks about his wife's relatives down there on the farm in Iowa. He says they invite the flies to come in. They open the door and say, "Come on in."
The flies that were just out of the pasture. Come on in and have some potato salad.
That's what the flies like.
Yes.
They like potatoes.
They do.
They love it.
They love potatoes.
Especially the ones that were just in the pasture on some horse manure.
Yes, right.
Oh.
That's the good one, yes. Yeah. In fact, the fly can't really make up its mind what it likes better.
Oh, God. Let's see.
Cow poop or potato
Should
salad?
I go for the cow poop as the appetizer, or should I go for the potato salad?
Oh, God.
And you know what else?
And it's hot.
Watermelon. They love watermelon.
Well, yeah. I'm not a... I eat water. When I eat watermelon, it's the cubed ones. I don't like the whole deal.
You like? Well, that's not a fruit that squirts, though, is it?
Oh, God, it squirts more than anything.
Watermelon squirts.
Oh,
I
God,
suppose.
yes, it squirts.
It's all water.
Yeah, right. You can eat a little bit if you get it cubed.
Well, you
and
want a
then
little
do it
fork
with a
with yours,
fork.
huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
We're
I don't want to slop it.
We're
on
a 2, sometimes 3 watermelon a week household at my place.
Really?
I'll
Yes.
tell you what,
And
there's a
you
lot of
just
watermelon in
smash
our
it.
house.
Do you really just smash it?
No, she'll chop it up, and half of it's gone in one sitting between those 3. I
for
don't
you.
mind it.
Yeah.
Real good for you.
I don't know what it's got. It's all water.
It's got them antioxidants and stuff.
It's good. Then.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be healthy.
Yep.
Oh, sure.
Because you know what's the new cancer? I've been informed by my
Sitting.
bride. Sugar. Sugar is the new
I know
cancer.
she every week she comes up with something that scares the hell out of me.
See?
Sugar.
But she's got she gave me all the printouts. I got to read it all.
I got my report back from Rochester. They emailed it to me.
This is where you
but
sent the material?
I sent the material.
Oh, God, that's right.
But they emailed it to me, but they want me by password. How do I didn't. I mailed you
Your stuff.
my waste material. I didn't have a password. What's my password? What's my password?
So you don't know the results.
And then, now you're on email,
Yeah.
and you call it up, and you're looking at that, and then they say, okay, forget password. So you hit that. They said, we have now emailed you. Well, I can't open up my email. If I open up my email to see what password you sent me, then you're gone.
I don't think I'd be doing the audience a service by not asking, how did the procedure end up? I mean, did we have
I don't
someone?
want to know.
Did we have
I
some?
don't want to hear about
Here's
this.
what happened.
No, we don't want to know.
No, I'm not going to go through the...
Please.
But they got the thing that you have. They got the bucket, right?
I thought you were going to tell us.
No, but here's what happened. When a big guy does this, you put it under the seat. The bucket.
No kidding. I think you don't put it 10 feet away.
No, but they got a stand that you're supposed to put under
Mr.
the
Chair,
seat.
yeah.
Under the seat.
A little tripod
Well,
deal, or
I broke my toilet seat. So then I broke my toilet seat. About 2 days later, I come up. It was okay for a while. I come up 2 days later and it's laying there. What happened to my chair? What happened to the toilet seat?
I mean,
So-
it took 2 days before it finally just collapsed.
Yeah, well, apparently the screws came out.
Wait,
on
so
the
it's like
bottom.
a ride at a county fair? It just falls apart?
It just
A
fell
couple
apart.
of days later. So now you take this toilet seat out. So
You had to hire a guy to do that in Florida.
we did it. I did it myself. I was extremely proud.
Oh, my God.
Although the wife had to come down and screw in the left-hand side because my left hand wasn't strong enough to do. But beyond that, I got the toilet seat back on.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter
I didn't know you
is,
had left-hand problems.
the fact of the matter is, now they send me the results, but I
And
don't
you
know
can't
what
read them.
For all I know, I got 7 varieties of cancer, but I can't open
What's
them.
coming up on the ride?
I don't know my password.
Maybe that means you get to live until you know what the password
right.
is.
Then you can get extremely.
He's doing
nervous.
this. Clean bill of health.
But I took it to UPS, and they act like they're just, they've added thousands of them. They don't think anything
You
of you.
took it to UPS. Does it say on there
That's
what it
you're
is?
supposed to take it to you, but they know what it is.
How do they know?
Because apparently every 80-year-old in town is bringing in their poop. Because you got to do it.
What
through
does it say on
UPS.
there?
got the big
fragile?
Biohazard sticker.
Yeah,
Yeah, it basically
biohazard.
does. But they know what it is.
Is it a plastic container?
It's a plastic container.
Not cardboard. That'd be
I can
problematic.
tell you the whole process.
Here we go. Take it from the top.
You got the bucket. You got the bucket.
Okay,
And
we're
the
calling it a
bucket has
bucket.
now had an ample coating, right? And then you got a little, I don't know what it is. It's almost like a Q-tip, but it's longer and it's got.
Oh, Jesus.
It's got. And you stick that in it, then you stick that in a tube.
I'm
right?
not doing this. I'd rather have
And then
a tooth pulled.
you got to pour this jug of preservative on it. And then you...
I thought, you're not. You're done. You're done.
Then you cover the bucket.
Okay.
And then you put it back in the box. They send it to you. And
The only thing is if we could have had...
And a big plastic bag in the box.
The only thing that would have made it better is if we would have had, this is Vern Lundquist's last call, the play-by-play of Patrick making the deposit. Yeah. Oh, my
I
God.
broke a toilet seat, though.
Big
You
Q-tip.
would think that the people, you would think this is pretty well thought out.
Yeah.
The material you get for shipping is probably bulletproof.
I can tell you one thing. You're not seeing this visually, So you got to make sure you're over the bucket.
Well,
You don't want to.
that makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you're
Right.
You're hoping.
That's right.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'll never
it's
eat
over.
again.
It's a big Q-tip, Joe. It's like a big Q-tip.
Yeah, but it's got a sticker in there.
Okay.
And there's nobody. This is a guy. I might have changed a diaper 70-some years ago. When the boys were little. But when the grandkids would come over, no, never.
Nope.
No,
Not
zero.
your department.
I'm zero on that. Because grandmas like changing the little kids' diapers too. Because
They got it down. They can do it pretty quick.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
How are you? Pretty.
I
good?
haven't had to do a grandkid. Oh, I've done some stuff, but not regular.
When I was in my prime, when the little guy was still wearing them, I was like a NASCAR pit crew, man. It was get in here and we're in and out in 15 seconds.
You know what? We let them go too long, pooping their pants. We let them go too long. 2 o'clock.
Well, they go until somebody smells it.
No, I mean into life.
Are we still on?
Age 2, legal limit.
Oh, I don't buy. No,
If
you're
you-
wrong.
if-
I don't think that. We
if
don't
you-
let them go too long.
Yes, we do. Some of them go past 2.
No.
Shouldn't go past 2.
Well,
If you
maybe
go
they
past
do
2.
go past 2, yeah.
No, kid, come on.
Let's
you gotta
go
do
here.
what my old man did.
Yeah.
Scream
I've
at him.
heard this.
Yeah, put them on there.
But hold them up and pretend like you're going to put your feet in, make them put their feet in,
Yeah.
and then scream bloody murder.
Yeah.
And make you fear poop. That's,
I think
can't
you do.
remember-
I think that's
can't
what happened.
I
Yeah.
do. 76 years later, I fear poop.
That's now explaining a lot, Patrick.
But I
I'm gonna be
wasn't
honest
too when I was trained. Because I was terrified.
you were terrified.
That's right.
It's about 15 it took you till.
Couldn't get over it. That's it. This is not. We're done with the topic,
Okay,
right?
yes.
We're done,
We could just
period.
be done
Goodbye.
total.
Although, if they report that I've got several varieties of cancer, I'll let you know.
All right.
All right.
Patrick Ricey here with the Canopy Group Facts. Fact 1, the Canopy Group writes more new business in 1 month than an agent who represents one company writes in 3 years. How is this possible? We'll give you the other facts to understand why. Fact 2, the Canopy Group offers 16 different insurance companies, not just one. Fact 3, the Canopy Group offers annual policies, not 6-month policies that leave you at risk for 2 premium increases annually. Fact 4, the Canopy Group offers 1 deductible at claim time, not 2, 3, 4, or even more. Fact 5, the Canopy Group will shop your home and auto insurance with their 16 companies each and every year. Captive insurance agencies can't shop for you because they only have one company. Now that you have the facts, it's time to get your options. Call 800-967-3389 or visit thecanopygroup.com.